This is not a fairy tale. There is nothing fair about it. I came back to the city in search of answers, and for the man who ruined my life, B.B. Woolfe. My father died in a work accident 4 years ago today. Well, I don't believe in accidents. I believe someone should pay.
All right, we've sat down here to talk to GRIN about a game called Woolfe, the Red Hood Diaries, a game that's coming out pretty soon. You sort of flew the nest and everyone else is busy finishing up the game?
Yeah, it's really crazy for me. We're launching March 17th, so that's really soon, 2 weeks' time. And it's kind of scary for me to be here now for a whole week and then come back and have 1 week to check up on how everything went and see that we were ready for launch. But yeah, we're probably going to get there in time and have everything fine-tuned and polished. That's what we're doing now, polishing.
So I mean, maybe it's a little bit too soon to look back on the whole journey, but if you could take a look back at sort of where you started and where it's gone from then, sort of, what feelings do you have now?
Oh, it's been an amazing journey. Last year was really incredible. You know, we were nominated for best hardcore PC game project at Game Connection here. That was really cool. And then Xbox also put us on the media brief live stream at E3. That was amazing as well. We got a good deal for financing. We did a Kickstarter, and you know, all that's coming together now in the finished product, and we had to make some difficult decisions, but I think everything went well in the end, and we're really looking forward to showing what we did to everybody. Yeah.
That sort of makes me think, because before we started talking, you said that you were CEO and you did CEO things. Sounds like you had a very busy year with a lot of sort of on that side of things. What's it like as an indie developer today? I mean, there's a lot of opportunity, but there's also a lot of opportunity for distractions and things that sort of take away from what you're good at.
Yeah, definitely. It's especially trying to get the attention that you really need up front as an indie developer. It's almost a full-time job. You know, you have to subscribe for award submissions and stuff like that, but also a lot of extra stuff. If you're doing a Kickstarter, it's like crazy how much work that costs. And also, yeah, it's the first bigger game that we're making, so we're making a lot of mistakes, learning from those mistakes, and trying to use the knowledge we learn to make it better and make it stronger. But it's a very interesting and hard world to manage stuff in.
So, I mean, maybe we started in the wrong end a little bit of things, but if you will, for those who are not sort of aware of Woolfe and what game it is, can you just give us the sort of the brief pitch?
Okay, Woolfe is a cinematic platformer. It's quite scenario-driven, a story-driven game about Red Riding Hood, and this first chapter, or this first volume, as you will. Because there's 2 volumes coming out. First one March, second one August. It's about the classic tale where Red Riding Hood goes to grandmother's house and meets Woolfe. Now, in our story, Woolfe is not the animal wolf, but it's actually a person by the name of Woolfe. And where in the old fairy tales, Woolfe was, or the wolf is a representation of evil man and watch out for bad men. We're actually turning him back into a person and trying to tell a story where people, or trying to warn people about bad corporations, something like that. So we're doing this level up thing. But it's more than that. It's also an emotional journey for Red Riding Hood and all the stuff that she learns in the process. So it's really a fairy tale. We're trying to keep it true to the fairy tale principles. So it's most importantly a story and an experience that we want to take people into. Yeah.
So what is it about the original fairy tale that sort of lends itself to be sort of upgraded and modernized, if you will? What is it about it that sort of still is sort of a good, but makes it a good vessel today?
Well, I think Red Riding Hood in the classic story is kind of in need of protection. It's just a warning for girls. And if you go back to the really old fairy tales, also of Red Riding Hood, which is a really old fairy tale, there's different versions from Japan to Europe, but they're all kind of cruel and gruesome. And you know, there's versions where Red Riding Hood collaborates with the wolf, and they both eat grandma together and stuff like that. And so we decided to let's give her an axe. Let's make Red Riding Hood not be the victim, but be someone who can stand up for herself. And that changes the whole setting. And I think if you see our cover image with just the Red Riding Hood and the axe, you get what it's about. It's just a strong female protagonist, and she's gonna kick some ass. Yeah.
So yeah, that is sort of a popular theme as well in the industry today. The sort of what do you say, the lack of female protagonists earlier, and or sort of relatively, it's not that common. Did you have any such motivations with it, or is it just something that came natural?
It's actually only after we were into production that it's been a hype to talk about strong female protagonists. We're trying not to get involved into those discussions because it's not really something that we're focused on or busy with. It's not a statement we want to make. Although, yeah, our character is a strong female protagonist, and it's yeah, maybe just a good thing that there's a lot of talk about it. I don't know.
So, one thing that I have to ask, because it's an episodic thing, what are you setting up for episode 2? And was it always planned to be a two-parter, or is it more sort of production issues that meant?
Well, the original plan was to do it in episodes. You know, as an indie, it's hard to find all the resources to do a game. We actually did find resources to make the game, and we thought that we could do it with the amount of resources we had. But then we won the awards, and or we were finalists in the awards, and we got featured on E3, and we just started pushing up the quality more and more. And with all that, we couldn't like make the full game with the high quality standard that we're starting to adopt. So we decided to cut it in 2 parts so we can actually release it on time as promised to our Kickstarter backers. So that we thought that was very important to give them something, because we didn't want to be like this typical Kickstarter thing where you have to wait 2 years and then finally you get something and people have forgotten all about you. We wanted to give something on time, and we wanted to give it in a higher standard that we originally promised. So yeah, it's a little bit back to the original plan where we were going to release in episodes anyway. So, and I think the game lends itself quite well for something like that. Yeah.
And various platforms, you mentioned the Xbox highlight. What's the rollout on different platforms, and what plans are there?
First we want to finish the PC version, of course. That will be out in March. The first volume. We're using Unreal 3. There are some issues with Unreal 3 and next-gen consoles because they're not really officially supported anymore. Actually, Unreal 3 doesn't get a lot of official support anymore, so it's a bit of a problem because, yeah, we started 2 years ago. We were too far in production before Unreal 4 came out, so we couldn't like upgrade the project. And we'll probably release the console versions as a full game, so we'll wait till chapter 2 and then finish the ports, because it's so much work to actually make the Unreal 3 engine work for console. So if we do have to do that twice, it's going to be too costly for us. Yeah.
Cool. So thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you for talking to me.
My name is Red Riding Hood. I have no father, no mother, no fear.